Hey you guys, it's been a while. Making a new video. I know it's again been a while. I thought I would post one about one of my dreams I've had because I mentioned in one of my videos I get those lucid dreams. And I'm sorry, my camera's shaking. I don't need to do it. I'm trying to find a comfortable place in my room. Um, anyway, lately, since I had my surgery, my nervous system, everything's gone haywire. I get pain in my face, my neck, everything. I feel like I have fire ants in my mouth right now, so I'm not going to open my mouth much or whatever. It feels like somebody's pulling on my neck muscles. It's hard to explain, and nervous system sucks. I rather deal with muscle pain than nerve pain right now. So, and it's going to take for me at least maybe a good 2 years till things get better. Damn it, I'm sorry, I'm shaking it. Camera. I'm on my bed, so I'll try not to move, and it's going to be hard because I talk with my hands. Anyway, where was it starting? So anyway, with the surgery, I've been having a lot of downtime, like in my room. It's been just exhausting because I can't do a whole lot. So I thought I'd give myself some time to reflect on a lot of stuff because there's that one video I have about my mental health, blah, blah, blah. And, really feel your emotions type thing, yada, yada. So I thought on my downtime, I can do some of that because it's been a while. I usually try to find a month or 1 month in particular that I find my downtime to grieve and process things and think of stuff. It would be the month of April. I had a good friend of mine, and I saw him as like a brother of mine. He passed away the same day my mother died, so in April. And then in one of my videos, the description, I mentioned about my person. He passed away in 2023 in April. And then this year, another friend I would have considered my person, he had a head-on collision in April. So I guess that will be my main month for everything to think about stuff. Anyway, so, and I'm going to say anyway a lot because that's just what I do. I'm tired and exhausted, look like poop, but I don't care. So with a lot of time on my hands, I've been doing a lot of shadow work, more than usual. Nothing wrong with that. You find a little bit of yourself. It's necessary type deal. Done a lot of crying, blah, 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 blah. Did a lot of more stuff that I didn't know about. And it was nice. It was good to have. And it reminded me of this reoccurring dream I've been having this year. Not too long ago, I had a dream, or you get those dreams, where there's hallways, there's millions of doors, and they lead to different rooms or doors, or there's a Victorian room in there, or the room is bigger, or there's hallways. I think I said hallways, or staircases, or elevators that don't work, doors that are rusted shut and you can't open them, etc. Those kind of dreams, I've had those for years, and they don't never made sense to me. So this year was different. It was cool. So I was going to tell you about it because I've had what I was trying to get at in the beginning of this video is I've had plenty of time to do a whole lot of stuff. And no, it's not the pills that are making me think this way. No, I'm only on one to help with my nerve pain, but I've always had these dreams. You guys know that in one of my videos. So anywho, I'll start with this dream. My eyes will probably be closed so I remember and visualize, and I'll try not to move too much because my bed will shake. And I apologize for that. So, okay, here's my dream. So, starts out, I'm in a house, of course, the doorways, different living situations. Somehow there's like a gazillion bathrooms and like one room or whatever. So, anyway, I go through one door, it leads me outside, and I've been outside before, and it usually leads me to a different building, and it's just different. So weird. A lot of rooms with no walls. I don't know why, but they don't. So I'm outside. There's like this walkway in front that I can see, and it goes around the house onto the left. And there's all these shrubs. Normal, okay. And then I look to the right. There's an extension to the house, but there's no door or window. It's open. There's no wall. Pretty basic, pretty common. But then I notice a black cat. You know, I see animals in these dreams, whatever, but what was different is what was above this black cat, right? There was, okay, gotta close my eyes. I saw the black cat, and above it was an owl, just kind of flying there. And he was like kind of glowing, but like luminescent or whatever, illuminating. So not your average owl, something I guess you see in a video game. So what I saw is the owl came down, it picked up the cat, and it flew into this wall looking thing. And I'm like, hey. So, you know, because I'm thinking of the cat. So I go in there and I turn into the look at the wall it went into, but there's nothing there except for, I don't know what the desk is called, but it usually has a cover on it and you can lift it open. It's like a desk type thing with, I think you guys know what I mean. But anyways, it was built into the wall, right? So, and then to the left, there was a hall or a staircase going up. And to the right, there was a staircase going down. And then to the staircase going down, there was a hallway. But I wasn't interested in that. I was interested in the hallway or whatever was through this wall, because I didn't know where the owl went. But then there was this window, like a double pane thick glass window. It was above the desk, and then I could see that glowing owl, right? So I'm looking up a way of getting in there, and there's a, you know, this desk has drawers and on the side. So I opened one, and somehow I crawled in it, and somehow I fit, but I managed to get through it. And what's cool, instead of a different room, I was in like this cavern, not a cave. It was an entrance of a cave. It was a cavern. It was huge. It was dark. And you can hear the water trickling down somewhere. And then you hear like this flow of water, like there was a cave opening nearby. And then I saw this owl. I didn't see the cat anymore, which is weird. But then I woke up, and I've never had a dream like that. And yeah, if this video cuts off, I'll do another one, because I forgot to set my damn timer and I don't want to do this over. So I apologize ahead of time. I don't know how far it will go, and I think it's going to go out here soon. So anyway, I've never had a dream like this before. It was different. It was somewhere new. I was skeptical. I was scared but excited at the same time, because I'm like, where does this go? What does it mean, right? So I haven't had the dream since, and I've been listening to on my tablet the sound of a cave sound, like the dripping of the water, kind of echoing. And it's called Slow Tide, and you hear water rushing through like a cavern, which is pretty groovy. Because I've been trying to get that dream again, because I've never been there, and I wanted to go back to see where it would go. So anyway, not too long ago, I was able to dream about it again. So if this cuts off in the next 10 seconds, I apologize. I'm trying to make this fast. So anywho, okay, is this going to 10 minutes? Yes. this. Okay, I'll kind of make it fast because it's kind of long. Anyways, I had the dream again not too long ago where I started to walk because there was this pathway, good sized pathway, like big as a sidewalk. But on the other side, it was completely black. Or you look down on the right side, it was completely black. But you saw the other side. No, you didn't see it. It was just completely black. So I'm going on this wall, or there's a wall to the left of me. So I'm going down this path with the owl was right above me, kind of like guiding me the way. And we're walking for a little bit. It's kind of churning, going up, down, whatever. But then we see this, like a crossroads. I can either go forward or I can go down this path that goes down. And I'm looking around. I'm like, okay. And off to my right, you see a faint glow, but there's like no way of getting over there. So I didn't think much of it, right? So, and the owl's just hovering over this, which way are you going to go? So I'm like, well, the owl's not moving. I guess I'll go down. So I start going down this path, and there's really nothing there. It's all black, and I don't know where it's going. I'm just going. But then once I get down, I notice it starts crumbling like a few feet away from me. So I'm like, nope, this is obviously the wrong path. So I start going up and to go back where I was. And the more I went up, the whole path that went down is like completely gone, and it's just dark, nothing. So I'm back on this path. Owl's right above me. So I'm like, okay, obviously we go this way. So I'm walking for a little bit, and the pathway's getting smaller and smaller. And where I'm kind of on my tiptoes on the wall, pressing along because I see something ahead. It's kind of this bright light. So I slowly get there, and then there's this pathway that goes a little over and it goes down. Well, there's an entryway that's so big that I can still manage to get through it. And I notice once I get in there, there's like this room, but not with walls like doorways or wood walls or plaster, whatever, like not like a house, like you're in a burrow, like a fox den or something, because you're like underground because you can see the sunlight peering through the ceiling, because the ceiling and stuff, it's got light coming through it, right? And or no, I said that. The wall, it's like all these tree roots all twined around, and it felt safe there because it was warm, it was big, and it was somewhere different, and I liked it, and I felt safe. Okay, well then I woke up, and then after that I would have the same dream, like right here. It's like there's nowhere to go, and those those tree roots kept getting tighter and tighter. So it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be here. So I go back up and I see the owl. He's still down there, and it's like, what the fuck? So, and I see that faint light across the way still, and I don't know what that is because I don't see anything over there. So I go back to this owl, and I'm like, okay, you're supposed to lead me the way to where I'm supposed to go, but you're stopped right here specifically. But there's like nothing there. It's like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? It's a big hole down there. It's all dark, and I don't know where the hell to go. And there's nothing. So I took the chance to, I've had this dream many times. I didn't know where to go. But yesterday, during my nap, I went somewhere. I took that first step out into oblivion because I didn't know where to go. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just take that first step. And I figured I was going to fall. Now, I hit something with my foot. I couldn't see it, and it freaked me out. I'm like, okay. So I'm slowly walking, not knowing where I'm going. And then I turned, but the owl was like still there. So I didn't know. I just kept going. I didn't know what was going on. And then I kept seeing, and then I saw the owl pass me. I'm like, oh, okay. going the right direction. But then I see another one and another one. I'm like, what the hell? But, and then I turned, and the other owl from the beginning is still there. And I'm thinking, well, that's kind of weird. So I just said fuck it and just kept going. And so I got to the other side. Somehow there's like this wall on this side. And so when I got there, I noticed there was these steps that led to this one part where it had like this golden arch, like in the wall. And one of the owls was there. And I'm thinking, I guess I'm supposed to go there, right? Sorry. My sister just walked by. Anyway, so I go down there, and the steps are short, they're crumbly, but I managed to get to that platform where those arches are, and it's a beautiful doorway, right? And then when I looked, I saw where I walked into there's nothing there. I saw a trail or a walkway from where I stepped into nothing, but well, there's a trail there now, and there was like one owl. That first one was still there, right? I'm so tired, I can't think. So it was still there, and then when I turned around back to this door, 4 other doors, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the side of me, they lit up, slowly lit up, and there was 4 more, and I'm thinking, okay, am I at the wrong door? So, and then I saw the owl. The next thing I know, there's these things, other owls flying out of it, going up to these doors. But they didn't stay there. They kept going back to this one owl, back and forth. And I'm thinking, do I really want to go through these other doors to check them out, not knowing where they go? Or do I just want to go through this one and final door and see where it takes me? Because I've been there before with going through different rooms, going through different doors, etc., etc. So I went ahead and opened the door. Again, empty space, nothing there. So I'm like, okay, there's going to be somewhere to step, or something's going to be there. So when I do step through, oh no, I fall. But not fast. It was a slow, steady fall. And it was, I'm like, well, okay. You know, it was scary. It scared shit out of me, but it was slow. And everything, that doorway slowly disappeared. And that owl, there was an owl, that owl still stayed there, right? So I get to the bottom, and everything's dark around me, right? So sorry, I'm trying to, don't want to move too much. So I get to the bottom, and it looks like I'm sitting on like dirt, because there's like grass and mushrooms and stuff on the bottom, like I was, outside. But it was only like this circle of light. There was nothing around. And so I'm like, okay, now what? And then all of a sudden there's these lights coming out. There was one in front of me, one here, one in the back, and here, up, and here in front of me, or above me. Anyway, so the one in the front, I noticed it was the child, me as a child. To the right, it was me as a teenager. And back here, my 20s, 30s, and 40s. And then in my 40s, I saw it come, this light come down in front of me into like a mist almost. And then when it came closer, the mist went away, and then there's like this arch, but instead of a door, with a mirror, right? Oh, my mouth's dry. So it was a mirror. And when I saw the mirror, it was me, but not me. Like if I moved around, it didn't move around, but it was me. The only difference is I had a gray sweater instead of a black one. And it looked at me, and it said, "We've come a long way. What now?" I'm thinking, fuck if I know. So I'm thinking like, okay, this thing is staring at me. It's me. I don't know. Like, I don't know. And then it approached, and then it started to say, let's continue on this journey together. So I'm like, well, okay. So I noticed my mirror self reached out its arm, and I took, or its hand, and I took its hand, and there's this bright light. And then I noticed the mirror, myself in the mirror, it wasn't there anymore. It's like we turned into one person, right? And I could see myself. I can move around, and I saw myself, right? And that was really cool. So I'm like, okay, now what? And then I heard this loud noise, like this loud horn. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Where is that coming from, right? So I turned around. I'm like, what? And it echoed. It echoed through this darkness. It was so loud. And then there's this big wind, gust of wind, right? Just, and it started to make me fall backwards because it was strong. And then I ended up falling backwards into the mirror. And again, I was falling. But it was ever so slightly this time, right? Just kind of floating there-ish, but slowly going down. And then above me, it was like, it's like when you see on a TV screen almost-ish, those old ones anyway. And it was like coming out of my body, this light, and I could see visions of me, not like flashes of light type thing, but visions of my past and who I was as a person. And it just stayed there, it didn't dissipate, and it just stayed there. And how can I explain it? I wish you guys saw what was in my head. But I was just kind of floating there, and that was, it wasn't that dark because the color or the light that was coming off my body, you could see there was like, I was like in a, not like a vortex or a void thing, but like not like necessarily tube, but you could see rock walls around you in a way. It was barely lit. So anyway, I hope this made sense because I woke up and I think I figured out what it meant. So I think with the owl staying in that one spot, told me to, I guess, take a leap of faith or something. I don't know. Go into the unknown, and that area where there's the tree roots, I think that would be what you'd considered subconsciously anyway, like a safe space. It's a comfortable space. And besides crossing that void where there's darkness, and I walked anyways over it, and when the owl stayed in its spot, I think that was a way of telling me I can always go back to somewhere where I know what is familiar, if that makes sense. Again, subconscious thinking, I'm assuming. And taking a chance to do something different, going down that doorway. And then the ground where I saw the mirror, that to me would be considered as grounding myself, right? And then, I know, this is just what I came up with, but I've had a lot of time on my hands. And then the other one would be, once I go through the mirror to start this new journey of mine, which I'm not sure what, because I'm still fucking here. Nothing's changed. I'm still in agonizing fucking pain. But with me floating there, besides accepting all of me and my flaws and knowing who I am as a person, it's like, since I'm grounded now and took that first step, I can stay in the flow, in the present, if that makes sense, instead of my mind going all over the places of all these doorways going to nowhere. So, could be wrong, but that's one of my dreams I had yesterday, I guess, an epiphany moment. I have other dreams I could talk about from years ago. Some are awesome, some are sad. I will probably ugly cry. because it was very sad. I have some really scary ones, but I wanted to do this because it's been a while. I have plenty of time on my hands. Don't always want to do it. I'm trying to get better at this somehow. I guess that's it. I'm tired as fuck. So I'll get this posted to let you guys know. And if you guys want to hear more about my stories of my dreams, I'd be more than happy to tell you. Hopefully, I can get more of an idea, or not idea, but can say it better. Because, like I said, pain plus lack of sleep. Well, I've been tired a lot, but anyway. So these are my thoughts. And, you know, your subconscious is cool. Delve into it. Have a good cry, because sometimes it's necessary. And I apologize for shaking the bed, but the lighting where I was the other day sucked ass. So, okay, I hope you guys like this. I'm sorry it took forever. And I will, you guys don't have to comment. It's cool. Unless you want to, I'm okay with that too. But the like, the thumbs up helps, because it lets me know if you want me to do more type thing. Oh, my hair is so bleh. And that will let me know what you guys want to hear and whatnot. So, all right, cool. Love you guys. Bye.